How many times can one man reinvent his life and his love story before the whisk finally stops spinning? That's the question fans whisper every time Christopher Kimball's familiar bow tie pops up on screen. His culinary empire may look tidy, but behind the test kitchen counters lie 3 marriages, 2 divorces, and enough legal drama to overfill a Dutch oven. Let's untie the knot and see what's really simmering. We frequently post videos on topics like this, so don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel to stay informed and never miss an update. The marriage nobody can trace long before television lights and glossy magazines, a young Christopher Kimball said, "I do," to a woman whose name has never reached the public record. The couple wed in the late 1970s or early 80s, then disappeared from each other's lives before America's test kitchen was even an idea. No photos, no court filings, no children, only blank pages where a chapter should be. Rumors suggest they drifted apart as Kimball chased publishing dreams in New York, but no document confirms it. What we do know, that silence would shape how tightly he later guarded every detail of home life, and yet the quiet wouldn't last for long. 25 years of Adrienne. In 1987, Kimball married Adrienne, an outdoorsy, camera-shy partner who thrived on Vermont's dirt roads as easily as Boston city blocks. Together, they welcomed 4 children, Carolyn, Whitney, Emily, and Charles, while Kimball built Cooks Illustrated in 1993 and stepped on air with America's Test Kitchen in 2001. Weekdays belonged to studios in Brookline Village. Weekends meant farm eggs, cider pressing, and Thanksgiving feasts chronicled by NPR. Viewers saw only the poised host, but at home Adrienne whisked side by side with him, keeping pace as his star rose. Then the perfect soufflé started to deflate. Separation, divorce, and a very expensive recipe. By 2010, the marriage had cooled. 2 years of counseling and negotiations ended in a 2012 divorce that shocked fans and Kimball's wallet. Adrienne secured 35% of his gross earnings, plus an 8% ownership slice of ATK, alongside tuition and healthcare coverage for the kids. For a man whose success was measured in subscription renewals, this was a steep payout, yet he seemed determined to outrun the bill by working even harder. But the ledger was just getting longer. 3 lawsuits in 12 months, Kimball's professional life imploded next. In late 2016, America's Test Kitchen forced him out, accusing its co-founder of hatching a rival called Milk Street with company secrets in tow. The lawsuit headlined culinary news for nearly 3 years. At the same time, an unrelated trademark spat over the name Milk Street flared, and Adrienne filed her own claim, saying he'd fallen nearly $100,000 behind on payments plus school fees for the kids. For months, the press juggled 3 dockets stamped with his name. Finally, in 2019, ATK and Kimball announced an amicable settlement. The other cases soon cooled as Milk Street found its footing. Yet amid that legal smoke, a new romance was already heating up. Melissa Baldino, the assistant who became partner. On every front back in 2002, Kimball hired 27-year-old Melissa Baldino as his assistant after his first pick quit. 8 years of close collaboration and late-night script edits forged a bond neither could ignore once Kimball's marriage ended. Months after the separation, Baldino booked a meeting, confessed her feelings, and braced for a pink slip. Instead, Kimball said he felt the same. Divorce finalized, he proposed within the year. They married on June 29, 2013 in Cambridge. He was 63, she 37, and neither paused. By 2017, their son Oliver arrived. Daughter Reich followed in 2019, but domestic bliss alone wouldn't satisfy 2 career workaholics. Building Milk Street and an apron empire, Baldino shifted from assistant to executive producer, then co-founder and media director of Christopher Kimball's Milk Street. The show sprinted past season 8, expanded into a podcast, cooking school, and magazine, and now employs a staff topping 24. Baldino, proud of her Austrian heritage, spun off Reich & Company, hand-sewn Austrian-style aprons and house dresses named for her daughter and ancestors. Kimball trumpeted the launch on Instagram, doubling down on the family brand. Still, the real test of a blended household would come far from the studio. Blended family under one Vermont roof. Every holiday, the older Kimball children drive up dusty Vermont lanes, where Oliver chases soccer balls and Reich twirls in a dirndl, while half-sisters pass down pie recipes. The cameras stay off, but snapshots leak onto Kimball's feed. A coconut meringue birthday cake from Emily, a long pine table groaning under maple-smoked ham. Adrienne's presence is never confirmed, yet the atmosphere looks warm, not tense. Observers note that lawsuits faded, school tuitions are paid, and Kimball's once fractured clan appears stitched together stronger than ever. Which brings us to today, where the story stands in 2025. At 74, Christopher Kimball remains the bow-tied constant on Milk Street Radio, doling out advice on microplane graders while quietly drafting a rumored memoir. Melissa balances 2 school runs, a TV shoot schedule, and her apron inventory. Adrienne, for her part, keeps her life offline, though sources say the former couple now communicates routinely about their grown children. And the first wife? Still a culinary mystery, one that fuels endless speculation online. So how many times has Christopher Kimball been married? 3, and each union reshaped the man you see whisking egg whites on screen. The first taught him privacy, the second fueled his rise and almost bankrupted him, and the third became both personal refuge and creative engine. Whatever recipe Kimball follows next, one thing is clear. In his kitchen and in his heart, the story is always evolving, and the next course might be the most surprising yet.